The wind moved slowly through the broken city. Old buildings stood like empty skeletons. Metal sheets made sharp sounds as they touched each other. Dust covered everything. In the middle of the ruins, a young man walked alone. People watched him from far away. Some laughed quietly. Some shook their heads. They all called him the same name: Junkborn. No one remembered his real name anymore. Long ago, scientists had tried to create stronger humans. They wanted soldiers who could protect Earth from alien attacks. They built many prototypes. Most of them failed. And this boy was the last one. When he did not show great power, they threw him away. He was sent to the outer ruins, left to survive on his own. Since then, he lived between piles of broken machines. He collected rusty robotic arms, cracked metal legs, and damaged circuits. Every morning, he searched the scrap fields quietly. He moved slowly but carefully. His eyes noticed small details others could not see. He carried heavy metal parts like they were light. But he never showed emotion. The city people thought he was strange. They believed he was useless. Just a failed experiment walking in trash. But they did not see what he did at night. Inside an old metal shelter, hidden under broken sheets, Junkborn worked silently. He cleaned each broken prosthetic. He repaired wires. He fixed damaged joints. He studied every small piece like it was important. The room was full of soft blue light from old machines. Strange symbols sometimes flashed on the walls. Symbols no normal human could understand. Junkborn never spoke about it. He never explained why he collected these parts. He just kept working. One evening, the sky suddenly changed color. It turned dark red. The ground began to shake. A loud alarm echoed across the city. People ran outside their homes. Children cried. Soldiers looked up in fear. Above the clouds, a massive alien warship appeared. It was larger than anything Earth had seen before. Its surface looked like black metal mixed with living skin. Strange lights moved across it like eyes watching the planet. News spread quickly. The deadliest alien in the galaxy has arrived. This alien was known across the stars. Entire civilizations had fallen before him. Planets had burned. No one knew why he came to Earth. Armies prepared weapons. Missiles were aimed at the sky. But the ship did not attack. Instead, a single beam of light shot down toward the ruins. It landed near the scrap fields, right where Junkborn lived. From the light stepped a tall alien warrior. His armor was dark and heavy. Scars covered his face. His eyes glowed with cold power. Soldiers watched from far away through drones and cameras. They expected destruction. But the alien did something no one expected. He began scanning the area slowly. His device made soft clicking sounds. Then he stopped. He turned toward the old metal shelter. Toward Junkborn. The alien's deep voice echoed through the ruins. "Prototype Unit 7, he said slowly. The soldiers looked confused. They checked old records quickly. Prototype Unit 7. That was Junkborn. Inside his shelter, Junkborn stopped working. His hands froze over a broken metal arm. For a long moment, he did not move. Then, slowly, he stood up. His eyes changed slightly. A faint blue light appeared in them. Outside, the alien warrior lowered his weapon. And then, in front of everyone watching, the most feared alien in the galaxy spoke one word: help. The entire city fell silent. Why would the galaxy's deadliest warrior come to a broken scavenger? And how did he know the name they tried to erase? Junkborn stepped out of the shelter. And for the first time in many years, he did not look weak anymore. He looked awake. The wind stopped moving. The city felt silent and heavy. Junkborn stepped out of his metal shelter slowly. Dust moved around his boots. The alien warrior stood tall in front of him. His armor looked damaged from many battles. Deep marks covered his chest plate. His glowing eyes studied Junkborn carefully. From far away, soldiers watched through drones and hidden cameras. No one understood what was happening. Why was the most feared alien in the galaxy standing peacefully in front of a scavenger? Junkborn did not look afraid. He looked calm, almost like he had been waiting for this moment. The alien lowered his head slightly. "I have searched many worlds," the alien said in a deep voice. "I destroyed empires to find you." The soldiers listening felt cold fear in their hearts. Junkborn's face did not change. "You found the wrong person," he said quietly. "I am only a scavenger." The alien's eyes flashed brighter. "No," he said firmly. "You are Prototype Unit 7. You are Earth's strongest creation." Far away, inside a military control room, old scientists began checking secret files. Prototype Unit 7. The final human experiment. Created to fight threats beyond Earth. But the records said he was unstable. Incomplete. A failure. So they erased his name. They sent him away. They told the world he never worked. Back in the ruins, the alien took one step forward. "A cosmic destroyer is coming," he said. "It does not conquer planets. It erases them. Stars go dark when it passes." The sky above them rumbled softly, as if the universe itself was listening. "We fought it," the alien continued. "My fleet attacked with full power. We failed." For the first time, his voice sounded heavy. "But before we escaped, one being damaged it." The alien looked directly at Junkborn. "You." The word felt like thunder in the silent city. Junkborn's hands slowly closed into fists. A faint pain moved through his head. Flashes of memory began to appear. Bright lights. A battlefield in space. A giant shadow blocking the stars. His own body burning with energy. He stepped back slightly. "I do not remember," he said softly. The alien lifted a small device. A blue hologram appeared in the air. It showed a powerful figure fighting in space. Moving faster than ships. Breaking through enemy armor with glowing hands. The figure's face was clear. It was Junkborn. The soldiers watching could not believe their eyes. The man they called Trash was fighting like a god. The hologram ended. "That was before your creators shut your mind down," the alien said. "They feared your power. They limited you. They made you forget." Silence filled the ruins again. Junkborn looked down at his hands. Slowly, faint blue lines appeared under his skin. Like hidden circuits waking up. "I was not collecting scrap," he said quietly. He looked toward his shelter. "I was collecting myself." The alien's eyes widened slightly. "You remember." Small machines inside the shelter suddenly turned on by themselves. Soft blue light escaped through the cracks in the metal walls. The ground vibrated lightly. Far in the sky, something moved behind the clouds. Something massive. The alien looked up. "It is here," he said slowly. High above Earth, dark shapes began to appear. Not one ship, but many. The cosmic destroyer had arrived. Junkborn closed his eyes for 1 second. More memories returned. Pain, power, betrayal. When he opened them again, the blue light was stronger. This time, there was no confusion in his face. Only purpose. "I remember now," he said calmly. And above them, the sky began to tear open. The sky above the city was no longer normal. Dark cracks spread across the clouds. Strange red light leaked through them. People ran through the streets in fear. Sirens screamed again and again. High above Earth, massive ships slowly came into view. They were not like the alien warrior's ship. These were larger, colder, more terrifying. They moved without sound, like shadows blocking the stars. In the ruins, Junkborn stood still. His eyes glowed with bright blue light. The alien warrior stepped closer. "It has come," the alien said. "The destroyer of worlds." Junkborn did not answer. He turned and walked back into his metal shelter. The alien followed him inside. The soldiers watching through drones tried to zoom their cameras. But their signals began to break. Inside the shelter, The soft blue lights became stronger. The broken prosthetics that once looked like trash were now glowing. Metal arms moved slightly on their own. Old robotic legs adjusted their shape. Small machines on the walls turned on after many years of silence. The alien looked around carefully. "This is not scrap," he said quietly. Junkborn walked to the center of the room. He placed his hand on an old metal table. Hidden panels suddenly opened under the floor. Advanced technology rose slowly from below. Clean metal, powerful energy cores, glowing wires. Everything had been hidden under rust and dust. "They shut down my system," Junkborn said calmly. "They locked my memory. But they could not remove what I am." He picked up a broken robotic arm from the table. With one smooth movement, he connected it to his own arm. The metal joined his skin perfectly. Blue energy moved between human flesh and machine. He did the same with a leg. Then another piece across his back. Each part connected like it was always meant to be there. The alien watched in silence. "This power," the alien said slowly. "It is greater than before." Junkborn's voice remained simple and calm. "I was incomplete before. They feared what I could become." Outside, the ground shook violently. One of the dark ships in the sky fired a beam into space. A distant satellite exploded instantly. Earth's defense systems launched missiles. But the missiles disappeared before reaching their target. Like they were erased from existence. Inside the shelter, Junkborn closed his eyes. More blue lines appeared across his face and neck. His breathing became steady and controlled. Screens on the hidden machines turned on automatically. They showed space. They showed the massive central ship. At the center of the enemy fleet was something different. A shape too dark to fully see. Like a living shadow. "That is the core entity," the alien said. "It does not feel fear. It does not feel mercy. It only destroys." Junkborn opened his eyes again. The blue light was now bright like fire. "It will feel something today," he said quietly. Suddenly, soldiers surrounded the ruins from a distance. Earth's leaders had arrived in armored vehicles. The same leaders who once approved the prototype project. The same leaders who threw him away. One of them stepped forward carefully. "We need your help," the leader said loudly. "You were created to protect Earth." Junkborn looked at them without emotion. "When I needed protection," he replied calmly. "Where were you?" The leader had no answer. The sky roared again. A smaller enemy ship began descending toward the city. Its surface opened, and mechanical creatures started dropping toward the ground. They moved fast and sharp, like machines made only for killing. People screamed in the streets. The alien warrior activated his weapon. "We must move now," he said. Junkborn stepped forward. Energy surrounded his body. The metal parts connected to him changed shape smoothly, forming stronger armor around his chest and arms. The blue light expanded outward, cracking the ground under his feet. For the first time, the alien warrior took a small step back. Not from fear, but from respect. Above them, the main enemy ship slowly shifted position, as if it had finally noticed him. Junkborn looked up at the dark sky. His voice was steady and strong. "This time," he said, "I am not broken." And then he rose into the air, leaving the ruined city behind, flying straight toward the coming storm. The sky was no longer blue. It was dark and filled with fire. Enemy ships covered the stars. Lightning moved between them like living veins. Junkborn flew higher. Blue energy burned around his body. The wind pushed against him. But he did not slow down. Below him, the city was in chaos. Mechanical creatures ran through the streets. Soldiers fired weapons. Buildings collapsed. The alien warrior fought on the ground, cutting through enemy machines with powerful strikes. But even he looked small under the massive fleet above. Junkborn reached the lower enemy ships first. One ship fired a beam directly at him. The beam was bright and deadly. He raised his metal arm. Blue energy formed a shield. The beam hit him. The sky exploded with light. For a moment, everything went silent. Then the light faded. Junkborn was still there. Not damaged. Not afraid. He moved forward in a flash. He punched through the ship's armor like it was paper. The ship broke apart and fell toward the ocean. Other ships turned their weapons toward him. Dozens of beams fired at once. He moved faster than the eye could follow. Blue light cut through the darkness. One by one, ships exploded around him. From Earth, people watched in shock. The boy they called Junkborn was fighting like a legend. But then the main ship opened slowly. It was larger than all the others. Black and silent. A deep vibration spread through space. Junkborn stopped moving. He felt something heavy press against his mind. A voice entered his thoughts. "You were built from us," the voice said. Cold and powerful. Images flashed inside his head. Alien laboratories. Strange DNA codes. Human scientists working with unknown materials. The truth hit him hard. He was not fully human. His body was made using alien genetic design. Created from enemy biology. "You are our lost creation," the voice continued. "You belong with us. Return." For a second, Junkborn's energy flickered. His blue light became unstable. On the ground, the alien warrior looked up in fear. "He is trying to control you," the warrior shouted through a communicator. "Fight it." The dark ship began to open further. A massive figure stepped out into space. It was not fully solid. It looked like moving shadow and metal combined. Red energy pulsed inside it like a heart. "I am the core entity," it said. "I erase weak civilizations. Join me and become eternal." Junkborn felt two forces inside him. Alien power pulling him forward. Human memory holding him back. He remembered the city ruins. He remembered being thrown away. He remembered the people who laughed at him. But he also remembered the small child who once gave him water when he was hungry. He remembered fixing broken prosthetics for injured workers without asking for payment. He remembered what it felt like to be human. Slowly, his breathing became steady again. "I was created from many things," he said calmly. "But I choose what I am." The blue energy around him changed. It became brighter than before. Stronger. The alien DNA inside him stopped fighting his human side. Instead, it merged with it. The core entity moved forward quickly, striking him with massive force. They crashed into each other in space. Shockwaves spread across the sky. Satellites broke apart. Clouds split in half. The battle was intense and brutal. The core entity was powerful. Each strike felt like a falling star. Junkborn's armor cracked in places. Energy sparks flew from his body. But his eyes stayed calm. The core entity tried once more. "You cannot defeat what you are," it said. Junkborn pushed forward with all his strength. "I am not your weapon," he replied. "I am humanity's choice." Blue light exploded outward from his body, brighter than any star around them. For a moment, space itself seemed to shake. Below, people covered their eyes from the light. Above, the dark fleet began to tremble. The final clash had begun. The sky was filled with blinding light. Blue energy and dark shadow crashed against each other. The final battle shook space itself. From Earth, people watched in silence. Some prayed. Some cried. Some whispered the name they once used to mock him. Junkborn. High above the planet, Junkborn pushed forward with all his strength. His armor was cracked. Sparks of energy moved across his body. But his eyes were calm and clear. The core entity attacked again with massive force. Dark energy struck him and sent him flying back. He stopped himself in space. Breathing slowly. The voice of the core entity echoed again. "You are part of us," it said. "You cannot destroy your own origin." For a brief second, Junkborn closed his eyes. He felt the alien DNA inside him. The power. The anger. The cold design meant only for war. But he also felt something stronger. His human heart. His memories. The pain of being rejected. The strength of surviving alone. The small moments of kindness he once received. He opened his eyes again. The blue light around him became steady. Not wild. Not unstable. Balanced. "I am not your origin," he said quietly. "I am my own choice." He spread his arms. The broken metal pieces attached to his body began to change. They formed a new shape. Stronger armor. Sharper energy lines. His final form was complete. The blue light now carried both human warmth and alien power. The core entity moved forward with rage. It attacked with everything it had. Dark waves of destruction rushed toward Earth. Junkborn flew straight into the attack. He pushed through the darkness. Every part of his body burned with energy. He reached the core entity, and with one powerful strike, he released all his strength. A massive explosion of blue light filled space. The dark shadow screamed as cracks spread across its body. The red energy inside it shattered like broken glass. For a moment, there was silence. Then the core entity broke apart into nothing. The enemy fleet around it lost power instantly. Ships froze in space. Then slowly began to fall away, retreating into deep space. The sky above Earth cleared slowly. The red light faded. The stars became visible again. On the ground, people stared upward in disbelief. The war was over. Earth was safe. High above the planet, Junkborn floated quietly. His armor slowly powered down. The bright blue light faded to a soft glow. The alien warrior approached him carefully. For the third time, the warrior bowed his head. "You have saved more than your world," the alien said. "You have saved many." Junkborn looked down at Earth. The broken cities. The small lights of homes turning back on. The people who once laughed at him, now waiting for him to return. "I did not fight for praise," he said calmly. "I fought because this is my home." He slowly descended toward the ruined city where it all began. Crowds gathered carefully as he landed. No one laughed now. No one whispered insults. They looked at him with respect. One small child stepped forward. "Are you Junkborn?" the child asked softly. He looked at the child for a moment. Then he gave a small, simple smile. "That name helped me survive," he said. "But I am more than that." From that day forward, people stopped calling him Junkborn as an insult. They called him Protector. But he did not move to a palace. He did not stand with leaders. He returned to his small metal shelter in the ruins. He still collected broken prosthetics. He still repaired damaged machines. Because he remembered what it felt like to be broken and forgotten. Above Earth, the stars shined peacefully again. The galaxy now knew one truth. Humanity had created something the universe could not control. And the boy they once called Junkborn had become its greatest defender.